One.
Kid can't even read.
Two.
The price is wrong.
It's a secret.
Ooh, welcome to the Commander Smiths.
We are the Commander Smiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
It's a Thursday edition of Commander Smiths.
Oh.
We've done a Thursday, right? I think we've done every single day of the week at this point. Maybe not like a...
I think we have.
Have we done like a Saturday? I don't even remember if we've done a Saturday at like podcast.
We've done stuff on Saturday.
Right.
I don't know about the podcast,
Yeah.
but
So we are doing the podcast. Well, people that are listening audio wise, you're gonna hear it and it's gonna be like normal. But everybody else that's watching, Lowry is getting the fuck out of here. Wait, let me get that. Should be the right button right there.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm already on vacation.
What do you have there? That's a cute cup you got there, buddy.
Thank you. It has little puppies and balloons on it.
Is that in our merch store
It
now?
is it's apple cider and bourbon. It's very tasty with some ice and I'm just trying to protect everything around here. I have no interest in spilling this.
You're getting yourself a little lubed up for some Stump the Smith Savant since we've done that.
You're
for
right.
A little
Well,
bit.
I just said I'm already on vacay, baby. Let's go. Let's do this.
So yeah, Lowry's heading out of the country, right? You're going to Germany, isn't that where you're going? Something like that?
Yeah, Germany and Brussels.
Nice.
My wife has a cousin over there that's getting married, so we're gonna go to a German wedding. Should be a lot of fun. And then, it's right on the border of Brussels, and so we'll kind of hit up Brussels a little bit. And hopefully, traveling with 2 children is a success.
Yeah. How long's the flight?
Hopefully.
Flight from across the pond?
I don't know. Like I was telling you before this, my wife does all the planning. I just go, and I'm just happy wherever I go, and just do that thing. So
nice.
I not worried about it.
Very nice.
Over 8 hours. How about that?
There
It's an over 8 hour time change. That's what I know. So I'm guessing 10 to 12. I mean, there's cars and parking and waiting, and it's going to be a long time.
I was more thinking about the airplane, like how long do you have to keep them stationary on? It's a lot of iPad time, which my boys would be all about. They're like,
they love it.
Hell yes, this is like my dream. 12 hours of
we're
iPad
hoping
time.
that they get some sleep, because we take off about 7 p.m. and then we arrive there Saturday morning.
You leave here on Friday.
Or maybe even afternoon. It might even be afternoon.
You don't time travel. You don't go backwards. You time travel when you come back. You go back in time.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. The sun goes, yeah. Wait, no, the other way. Does it?
I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know. Anybody in Germany?
It sets in the west. I actually went the wrong way with it, but whatever. So yeah, sweet. That's going to be awesome.
It's all time travel. Like I either gain or lose.
Yeah, like RoboCop said, letting the wife plan things, happier for everyone. Right.
It's her family's wedding. Her parents will be there. Like, well, it's whatever time we're doing. It's cool. If I'm like, hey,
as long as you get to
a beer, maybe I go do that.
I was gonna say, as long as you get to sip out of a unicorn pink sippy cup, then you're all golden with your bourbon right there, right? Hey, you changed it. What?
Yeah. Back and forth.
What is the other one? Oh, I was like, that one's just straight vodka right there.
Yeah, I'm not used to straws, so like I just set this way over there, but I do want to sippy on this. It's very good. Like 3 shots of bourbon, 3 shots of cider, 50-50. It's a little strong.
No.
I think 4 shots of cider is probably appropriate with a handful and a half of ice, and that's That's a good drink right there. Very
Nice.
good if you're into cider.
Scott, I'm not sure if I have you in there or not. I'd have to look at the list. I couldn't look at your Stump the Smith Savant
But
stuff.
we're not doing a full
No.
thing of Savant
Okay,
this time.
yeah,
we
so-
changed it up,
Yep.
unfortunately. So if we lied.
There's a couple
Let's say
things that
we lied.
happened. Like,
Apologies.
like, well, why don't you tell them? What are we doing? We're doing 2 things that we weren't.
So
originally
we are
planning.
going. You got a button?
Yeah, let me get it.
All right. I'll
there
just
it is.
wait. Dead air. Perfect. Got it?
There it is. Yep.
Secret.
It's a
Is
secret.
it?
The secret layer. What? Isn't that?
Oh,
We're
okay.
doing the
You're
secret
right.
layer
You're
too.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we have a secret layer right off the bat, and then we're
Okay.
going to talk about banned cards that could potentially be unbanned
Right.
in its own category type thing. I think that's kind of what everybody's doing, and
Right.
we were thinking about it
They-
before they did it. We just don't have the time to do it as quick as they do.
Right. Exactly.
That's
The-
and
the
so
big reason
if,
why
if
we-
people if we can get like 10,000 more subs, then we
And-
can just do this full time. You can get podcasts every day.
Mm.
We could do this.
Hey,
Right?
that's a good a good line to get 10,000 more subs. Then we can do this as a
All 1,000 of you out there, get 10 friends.
yeah. Hey, that's good math right there.
Add them in.
Good
That's all
job.
we need. Every single one of you.
Yeah. So basically,
Even though we
with,
know
with the
roughly
unbanned,
about 100 of you watch.
with
So
the
all of you need to get 100 friends.
we don't have. We're Magic players. We don't have 100 friends. What are you talking about?
Right.
This is ridiculous.
20 max
Right.
between the two of us.
If you include
Maybe
your
30.
wife and
Well,
your
I mean,
family, like I mean, then then we can get
Right.
there.
Well, that's how it started when we had 20 people listening. Half of it were
It was our
my
family.
wife, your wife, my parents going, what is this?
Yeah. So the unbanned stuff, we had kind of mentioned it before, but then actually things sold for me on eBay. So we'll talk about that more, where it was just like, oh shit, maybe we should actually talk about this. Plus our favorite rival, 2 dimes and a nickel, kind of did the same thing, I guess, is what we found out for mobile
I mean, I think there's a lot
everybody's
of people
doing
talking
it.
because
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
see
yeah.
a lot of the unbanned cards that feel like they could be unbanned, or banned cards that could be unbanned have moved.
right. And
Like
the-
Hull Breacher's up to like $6 right now. Prime Time's up 15, 20.
that's the card that sold for me, that I was just
Right.
like, oh shit.
Coalition Victory is moving. You got a lot of cards that are moving, and so it'll be interesting to see. I think the hype is going to kill a lot of people right now, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna. Well, we'll get to that section. We'll get to that in a little bit. Why don't we get to the secret layer really quick? Because we're just okay. Yeah, we
Secret
wanted-
Layer Extra Life
Let's see, where am I?
just released yesterday, maybe 2 days ago.
No, it's not released yet.
I mean, not released, but the photos of it released.
There we go. All right, yeah. So it's Extra Life 2024.
Secret.
And the Extra Life series, man, for the most part, they always have like one that's really stands out. We had what? Crater of
Mhm.
Behemoth in one. We had the
Consecrated
first,
Sphinx.
the first-
Teferi's
the first sliver.
Protection?
No, Teferi's Protection was. Wait, I thought that was Blackest Magic. Was the Teferi's Protection, wasn't it? Well, I know that was
Sure,
in
but
that one.
but Sheldon's was a Extra Life.
Sheldon's
as
was
well.
an Extra Life. I didn't think his was an
Yeah.
Extra Life. I thought it was just to the Cancer
They
Society.
donated to cancer for that one. It wasn't necessarily for the
Right.
kids like it normally is,
Right, right,
but
right.
I do believe they donated.
They
towards
donated.
cancer.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it was
But the
in the Extra Life thing,
the specific
which had Teferi's Protection.
yeah the specific Extra Life like that they've done every year planned has been, there's always a card in it that's pretty good, like that pulls it
Yeah.
up, and they don't hold back on this one either. So this one kind of came out of nowhere. Why don't you tell us what's going on with this one, I guess?
I don't know. I didn't read anything.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're packing.
It's they charge a little bit more, so I think
Yep.
this one's
$50
$50 and $40
50
for
to 40. Yep. 50 and 40.
foil, not foil. They generally do a lot, like a large percentage towards
It says 50,
cancer research for children, so the Child's Hospital.
50% goes to the donated. So that's kind of nice
Okay.
there. So that's why they up the price a little bit so that they can make still their money, but then also we're donating. So really, if you buy this, you're donating. You're doing the charity stuff too, because you're paying a little extra for it. But
But you don't get the write-off. They still get the write-off, but
yes, that is true. All right, so we got 4 cards in this bad boy. It's kind of cool because this one is a little bit of a scene here. So, Larry, why don't you kick it in here?
All right, so you have, like Adam said, 4 cards, and it's kind of cool because this is definitely like 2D Nintendo side scroller, Mega Man.
Well, I was thinking more like
and-
Mario. Like this is totally Super Mario.
But did
Brothers.
Mario ever have people talking down below, like yip, 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 yip,
No,
like Johnny
but that-
is there?
But that's like more like, isn't that more like Pokemon kind of thing when you played the
Oh,
Pokemon?
I guess it could be Pokemon too.
Yeah.
Right in there. You're probably not wrong.
But yeah, it's interesting how they have the text box towards the bottom. Like this is the first time I've kind of seen that. Oh, but
Yeah.
also you have like the Life, which is more like Link, like Zelda type things.
Oh,
too.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely
They're like-
pulling in a lot of ideas here.
Yeah. Yes, it does also
So-
print to demand. Sorry, I should say that. Print
Yep.
to demand, and it starts October 14th, which is next Monday, and goes until November 17th. So you have a whole more than a month to buy this, and you don't have to worry about FOMO and like getting there right when it goes live. So okay, back to our regular scheduled program. Okay.
All right. So the first one we're going to talk about is Mana Geyser. That's 5 mana sorcery. Add red for each tapped
Final
land your
Fantasy.
opponents control. It's a bruiser and commander. It's great for us. We don't play a lot of rituals, but this is one that's really, really cool.
This was one of the cards when we were thinking about doing
Final
a
Fantasy.
replacement for the cards banned episode. Like I started gathering cards of like what cards could. This I thought was a good replacement. Let me say that back. This was an okay replacement for Dockside. Nothing's going to be as good as Dockside, but I was like, it's giving you mana. It's tapped land for all the other lands your opponents control, blah, blah, blah. But it's for 5, so that's the hard part with it. But I thought this was a good replacement. If you're like, oh shit, my Dockside, and you aren't like a super OP deck, you just need something that does a similar thing. I think this is a good example of a card you could put in there. So
It could do some work for sure. So, I mean, the foils are worth a little bit, $5-10. I want to say the
foil,
Dark Steel one is like 15 to 20, but there was a conspiracy printing on it too.
And this is an 153,000 EDH rec deck. So this is all
Used
these
a ton.
cards are used quite a bit. So yep.
So great choice for them. Great choice for us.
Yeah, I like
If
how we
you're
have
not into the art,
Fiddle
I don't
Flip.
think I saw a single person in our Discord going, "Yeah, I love this card art."
I
But
liked
I think it's
it,
definitely.
but I didn't love it. I just liked it because
Yeah.
the story.
I like the setup. I like what they're doing.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it doesn't like grab me though. Like it definitely has a lot of nostalgic stickers. But
Yeah, Joel even said
don't know.
here that Final Fantasy, which that's what the whole this part,
yeah,
Johnny talking down there is kind of the it's a pretty
I
good
mean,
shirt there.
the-
isn't
and
it?
and
Look
for
at that
me,
shirt,
it kind of
RoboCop.
reminded me of what's the one game with Snake and he's not Mission Impossible.
It would have
but
been
it's
funny if you were just saying Snake, like the game where you're just eating.
No,
What's the
yeah.
game that's Snake?
from the Nokias.
What's
That and the bomb game. They were awesome.
all right. Let's move on to the next one. And,
Next one.
Speaking of what Scott just said, look at this. Nicol Bolas pops into this here.
You got lightning bolt. You're going Nicol Bolas pops in with the full life bar there, and he lightning bolts Libbledib. Just another version of lightning bolt in the secret layers, but it's still like cool scene wise going on.
Yeah, and again, lightning bolt.
Metal Gear Solid is what I was thinking.
Oh, there
Thank
you go. There you go, Joel. 300 or 237,000 EDH rec decks. We've already had, like you said, we've had the Street Fighter Hadouken lightning bolt, which was a great seller there. That was probably the best lightning bolts as far as secret layer goes. But then we did have the secret layer drop where it was all lightning bolts, where it was 4 lightning bolts. Those didn't do as well. I thought they'd do a lot better. But still, you're looking at a pretty good price for lightning bolt. Cool thing I didn't notice is you have Nicol Bolas in the background here too. Like,
This
you
is
see-
like his castle.
yeah,
For sure.
That's sweet.
He's the end boss.
I know, but I didn't catch that he was in the background there. That's pretty sweet. And the cool thing is you see that our Fiddle Thip, I love it because it makes it seem like I have a lisp, but Fiddle Thip got hit with the lightning bolt, so his life went down halfway down off of that one. So then let's move on to the next scene, which is this is our chase card in this, but
This is the chase card right here. Yeah, Fierce Guardianship. If you control your commander, you may cast a spell without paying its mana cost, counter target, non-creature spell. How much is this one?
the minimum price of this one's is $40. Like You can't
So
get
this
this card.
this pays for itself.
Almost, because remember.
Almost.
Well, yeah, on the non-foil side, you're right. It does, yeah. On the foil side of things, you got to get a little bit higher on that. But cool thing is we have this little ricochet, the lightning bolt going back at Nicol Bolas. And then Fiddle Thip has
Do you
this...
think that's going back, or is it just like stopping?
No,
it's still like blasting from his hand.
no,
Go up top.
No. I understand that. But here's the thing. Look at the next card. What the lightning bolt does, it's hitting him back.
Oh. All right.
So it's all telling a story. You have him jumping
but that's
across
not
to
what
the boss.
Fierce Guardianship does.
Yeah, I know, but I get what you're saying. It does look like
Should have been the red one.
you're right.
Did they switch it up?
Stop there. It does hit, and it's blocking it. But man, it looks like it's going back. Like, how is he getting
It
hit?
looks like a redirection.
How does he getting hit though?
I think it was going to be an all red set, and they put in Fierce Guardianship instead of a red free spell.
Because they wouldn't have been able to sell it.
That's
if
a
it was-
redirect.
Yeah, this one. But
I
whatever.
think that's what's
whatever they
conspiracy
did,
unfolding.
I think that
as we
they
speak.
they were thinking that this was redirected, in my opinion. But I could see
That's not what counter spells.
I know.
That
But
doesn't make any sense.
you're right. You're right. But the way the picture looks like, it looks
That's
like
why I
it's
needed
going.
validation. Thank you.
It looks like it's going back because he's done casting his spell. See how he cast the
No, I
Monogazer?
agree. It is
comes
bouncing
from his
back. I
hand.
forgot that he was getting blown up at the.
Yeah. And then
at the end.
it's being redirected. But
It just doesn't
completely-
make any sense
Right.
to me because it's a counter spell. It should
Right.
just stop it. It doesn't do any
You are-
redirecting.
You are 100% correct. I'm not disagreeing.
This is stupid.
with
I don't even want it anymore. if I'm not gonna have appropriate art for the card, I don't want it.
You can't redirect that. Maybe that's Fiddle Thip's ability in this. He counters and then he absorbs it and sends it back. I don't know.
That is not what
I know.
homunculi can do.
Homunculi.
Or homunculuses. I think it's homunculi.
So, this is in 400,000 EDH rec decks. It's this is the most used card in this drop
That makes
here.
sense. It's strong.
And then we jump into this is actually a pretty expensive card in itself too, but Nicol Bolas is just getting blasted here, and he has the dead eyes there. But what do we got, Lowry? What is this card here?
Delayed Fireball Blast. It has a little bit of foretell on it, but also it can deal like 3 mana, 2 damage to each opponent, and each
And
creature they
creature.
control. And if you foretell it, I think it's like 6 or something.
5.
But it's a really cool card from the D&D set, Baldur's Gate, I think it was. But
Yep.
this is like a $10-12 card.
Yep.
Regular.
There is only one printing. It was the Baldur's Gate, and there's no foil. So this is our first foil of this card.
Oh, was that from the Commander Precon then?
Commander. Yep.
So it only has
a
like an
full
extended art.
Yep, full
Reg-
art
okay.
and regular. All right, so all that being said, we have these 4 cards. Most likely when they do these, we're going to get something else that's related. They don't do the whole, here's another elf or here's a sliver. Well, we're done with the slivers, but you know what I'm saying? They're not going to give us something that's their giveaway
something
shit,
attached.
their bonus. So it's going to
In
be...
the past, they've done kid art
Well-
on 2 of them, right?
Well, yeah,
Or is
but
that just the one?
that was the reveal. Like the reveal was, here's
Yeah.
Craterhoof, here's the kid art, and then they gave you what was the bonus? Oh, the bonuses were kind of crap when they did that because one was like that one hippopotamus thing that is every, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. The green, white, blue, colorless, and
Yeah.
then it gives stuff.
Yeah, and then they did another one where it was like
Something like that.
Morrow or something. I don't remember, but they both
Yeah.
were pretty garbage bonuses. They weren't good. But when we went back to the Consecrated Sphinx had a good one. They might have been. You had a good point. Like maybe I don't think they're gonna do a blueprint. They won't. I think it's gonna fit in the theme of this, obviously. So we'll get something that's decent. But
Yeah, a blueprint doesn't really fit in, like where it's
Doesn't, no.
the sketch art. That'd be really weird.
it'd be
with the
cool with
2D.
something. What would you think of something that like him winning? You know, like kissing the princess or something like that. I don't know. Jeweled.
Joel's saying
bonus.
that we could do just jeweled lotuses all over the place.
Yeah,
It's worth nothing. You can't do anything with it. They should just give that shit away at this point.
maybe it's-
Totally agree.
Maybe it's just
I love it.
Fiddle
Mana Crypts.
kissing the jeweled lotus, like that's his prize
Yeah.
for defeating Nicol Bolas. Sure, I got it.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, so it'd have to be like, could it be like a black card or a white card? Like some type of resurrection where Nicol Bolas comes back?
why do you want him to come back? You defeated him. It's supposed to be like kissing the princess and
Yeah, but don't all the big baddies always come back for a second bit?
yeah, but you got to follow the timeline here. Like that, I get what you're saying.
Right,
To
that's
be
what I'm saying.
continued. But you know, like after you defeat Bowser and Mario, you go over and you kiss the princess. I don't know why I did this as my walking to the princess.
But that's how 2D moves. Just a little shuffle.
But I mean, it's like so, it's
shuffling over
like running across the drawbridge, and then you know,
Mario's
the heart
fucking gassed, and we're just like, oh, just kind of fucking shuffling. I stepping around.
All right, we don't know. What it's
Okay, so
going-
you're saying some type of victory pose, so coalition victory. How about that?
Look at
Another
you.
band card.
Look at you tying shit in. All right, I like it. All right. Well, with the cards we have, with whatever we know, we don't know what the bonus is. You work on the non-foil side of things. Remember, it's $40 instead of $30, like our normal Secret Lair stuff. The value there is $75. That's pretty good. You take away fees and shipping and all that. It's $58. It's a break point of 4. I think Fierce Guardianship could go higher. I don't know. Do you think Fierce Guardianship has some full art stuff? So like, because of that, this shouldn't be redirecting it. Do you not like this version?
No, that's not going to affect anything. Nobody fucking cares about the art.
But do you think
that's just
that
a us thing?
Yeah.
I think.
Do you think that this like becomes the premium version, or is it just too kind of goofy?
No, I don't think this is a premium version. But I think this is the easiest version to get, like the best value.
Yeah.
To get this is the best pack, like the best collector's pack you could buy of like a master's set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Knowing that you're going to get
Fierce
a Fierce Guardianship, Firebolt, Ball Blast, and then the
lightning
Bolt
bolt
and Geyser. But
yeah, and then
there's the potential for something else that we don't know if it's going to be there or not. And
well, let's count on it not being very good. I mean, who knows? Sometimes you get some good
I think
stuff.
That's appropriate thought.
Let's just assume it's a under $10 card. So,
Jill
foil side.
Lotus.
Maybe. Foil side of things, we had $100 in value. After you take out fees and shipping and all that, brings you down to 79. So that's a break point of 3. So you really just, what the break point is again, or normally on the long ones to kind of explain this more. What break point means, if it's a break point 3, means you buy 3 of these, you're going to be able to get 1 free. You want to have 1 for your collection. And so the cost of buying 3 of these, you'll break even at the 3rd one. And then if you buy 4, 5, 6, whatever more, you can make profit from that point forward. I will say, however, to these print to demand stuff, once we're back to this, you go off of the Sheldon drop, they are going to drop dramatically. So if you don't want to pick this up and you want the Fierce Guardianship, you're probably going to be able to pick this up for like even at the foil for probably 30 or lower. I think eventually it gets up to 50 plus. But I think you're going to be able to pick this up if you just want to pick up singles for 30 and stuff, or even the non-foils. You could probably, I bet you that gets down to 20. So when we say all this, it's 10 to 16 months out. So you got to give it time to mature and all that stuff. So yeah, that's it. We just got a quick.
I'm a yes. I like it.
Oh yeah. Is it worth it? Yeah, I'm also. It's worth it. Yeah. Just having that one card that kind of pretty much pays for the whole drop is always nice to have there. So, all right. So Secret Lair done. What are we working on next? We are going to ban
cards.
Okay. I'm having a delay on mine. Okay. Ready? My hand.
Yeah, I've had
goes
a
my
little bit
hand.
this whole time.
Hand up, down.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm doing my fist up in here. What am I doing with my fist? All right. Okay. So I did throw a poll.
Here's an idea. I don't know. Like, do we want to go through maybe on another episode and just be like, these are cards that are potentially bannable? The opposite of this?
But do you think that's going to happen, though, now?
No. I don't know. This is all fucking hypothetical.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
I think before Wizards took over, that is definitely could happen. But now that Wizards is taking over, I feel like they're going to not do it as much, but we don't know. We have no idea.
Is that why we're doing this? Is because we think that Wizards will open up the ban list?
I think so, because that's more... I don't know. I don't know. I really have no idea. Okay, well,
how about
let's
this?
ask this.
The lens on this, I'm going to be pretty conservative. As in, I don't think Wizards is going to rock the boat too much because they know they have a really good thing going.
Yeah.
And if you open up stuff, that can make things really toxic. That was the problem with a lot of these cards that were banned.
Right.
And I don't think there are plenty of people. Okay, how about this? Me personally, I think they were good bans. They just did it wrong, and they fucked with people's money. Like when you start doing that, you're gonna piss a lot of people off. And so, but I think they were overall good bans for what we got going on.
Right.
And so
I don't disagree.
When we start talking about unbanning these things, if we're really aggressive, that opens up more of that toxicity that they probably want to avoid, because that happens in modern legacy.
But I'm gonna say
like
is they're talking about the levels now, so that the tier system, like that's something that we have never had, so that completely opens up everything. So that's why I'm like, here I put this out. I threw up a poll yesterday, and we got 105 people that voted. Thank you guys for all voting. And I said, Wizard, what do you? Here we go. What would you like to happen with the ban list? Not what is going to happen. I said, now that Wizards has taken over Commander and introducing blah, 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 should they keep everything the same? Should they ban everything? Should they unban everything? So we had 4 options. We had keep the ban list as is, ban more cards, unban some cards, unban everything. This was pretty, for a poll, this is pretty like, not even, but like everything got a little bit. Sometimes there's
pretty close.
Yeah, so we have the most obviously votes was unban some cards, which is where I probably fall in. I'm not in the unban everything, but that was the second most. So unban some cards was 33% of the votes. 30% of the votes was unban everything. Just let it loose, put it all in tier systems, be like, hey, this goes here, this goes there, this one's here, this one's there. Then you have some people, the 13%ers of ban more cards. That was our lowest voting. And then keep the ban list as is 24% of the votes. So overall, we got a mix of everything. With 105 votes, that's a good chunk of people voting there.
Yeah.
You don't have like one that's like, yeah, unban some cards is 33%, but unban everything is 30, and keep ban list as is 24. I feel like those are all really close, I think
I mean, it's almost 100 votes, and it's 24 votes, 33 votes, and 30 votes. Like when you say it like that, it's pretty dang close.
Yeah.
Ban more cards is not, but
yeah.
I mean, and I think I'm in there with you. I didn't vote in this, but unbanning some cards I think would be appropriate. And we've had this discussion. We would much rather have a much more open format than less bans than more.
Right. Yep. We've stated that for a long time for when we talk about ban stuff. So, okay. So that is the polls. Let's use that to jump into the actual ban list. So what we're actually going to do is go through each card that we have banned. We are not going to go through the cards that have anti or the conspiracy cards that they banned, because those just, we don't need to discuss those. Those can be something else completely if we want, but I don't. Anti's not getting unbanned, so let's put that. We have this in a...
Yeah, we can just say anti-card skip.
Yep. So we have this in a tier system. We're going to do A, B, and C. So A is saying we think that there's a good chance that this could get unbanned at some point. B would be maybe. Yeah. C is like, I don't think that that's going to happen. I think that's going to stay banned, and there's nothing really can do about it. So... let's get started with our first one. Go ahead.
I guess here's another question, because there are 2 things we want to. Are we projecting off what we think Wizards is going to do versus, like, we're not going to actually say that we think it should be undone,
right?
So it's our opinion does not matter in this. We are projecting what we think Wizards will do,
right?
Okay.
And we kind of had a little pre-cast discussion, and I don't know if there's necessarily a time frame of when we're trying to do this, so we can never be wrong with whatever we say here at this
right. That's we're basically Nostradamus, like 2,000 years later. He was right.
I told you.
Numerology in the Bible. The Bible said it would happen.
All right, so let's go through all these. We'll go pretty quick. We don't need to do especially some of these. Well, let's talk about the first one. Ancestral Recall. This one's the one drop or one cost for drawing 3 cards. I mean, Larry, where are you at with this one?
They won't.
No. This is a C. This is definitely a C. They're not.
It's a C. Yeah.
They're not unbanning this. That's too powerful even for CEDH to just tap 1 and at instant speed, right? Yes, it's at instant speed. So yeah,
it is target players, so you could You could redirect it to a different play, like to yourself, if you got deflecting SWAT, I believe.
There you go.
There we go. Finally got to the card.
Got the deflection. Oh, that's the one you were looking for. Was that the one you were looking for? Because in my head,
that was what I thought it was.
Damn it. Yeah, you're right. That should have been the right card because then you kept it all red. That would have worked, actually, and that's an expensive card. They missed. All right. Balance. Where do you feel on this one? I know where I'm at with this one.
I think this is a B.
I have it as an A. I don't think it's that bad. Like, I really don't think this is like a person that's behind that cast this. Yeah, it brings everybody back down a little bit, but everybody's even at that point. You know, I don't feel like there's an abuse to this one. And
so I think this was definitely like a Sheldon ban, like old school.
Yeah.
This wrecked a lot of things because games used to be a lot slower, and if somebody wanted to come out quick, they could, and then balance and just wreck everybody.
Yeah.
But
that's how Commander is with the board wipes, you know, like.
Right. 2-mana board wipes are very good, though, right? Do we have a 2-mana board wipe that wrecks your hand, enchantments, artifacts, lands?
Right, but that's.
Right. This is doing so much, this would definitely become the best Wrath out there.
For sure.
Everything else of this ilk is 4 to 6 mana. There's Cataclysms like 4, and then everything else is at 6. So to me, this is a B. Like, I personally think it could be undone, but I don't think Wizards will necessarily do it. Like, it's questionable at best.
So I guess I will say that before White in the last handful of years has really gotten some tools to bring it back to one of the better colors in Magic at this point. I think before that, balance, I'm like definitely an A. I can see what you're saying and what your arguments with that for putting it at a B. And I will accept that. I think that it has enough tools that it doesn't need this white is always behind, and we need this thing to bring it so that it's taking all the other colors and everybody else down. So I'm gonna I have it at an A, but I can see B. So for me, I'll agree. I'll concede.
Okay.
I'll go down to B for you on that one. Not that none of this matters.
I need your validation all day, every day.
All right, biorhythm. I don't know. Let's go back and forth. How about that? So.
Okay.
You do one, I do one. So biorhythm, in my opinion, I've also spec'd on this, so I'm going to be full disclosure.
There's an 8-mana sorcery that everybody's life total becomes the amount of, or it becomes the life of as many creatures as you control.
Yeah. I think this one's an A for me, and I've thought it for a while because before even Wizards even took over, I have a lot of these. That's what I'm saying. Full disclosure. I have a lot of these. Got them super cheap. Got foil ones. Those weren't actually as cheap as you would think. Like you mentioned earlier, these and the foil have really spiked because people are in anticipation of this one getting unbanned. So for me, A. Where are you at with this one? Where do you?
I think it's an A. Yeah. I think it's an A for sure as well.
I mean, that's a lot of
8 mana is right where you want it to be. If somebody doesn't have any creatures at this day and age. Even if you're lower, like it is you win card, but so is Cyclonic Rift.
Yeah, right.
Like, and this is an instant. It's a sorcery. You got to set shit up. Like,
and most likely people.
I think this is fairer than that.
You know, like Cyclonic, you cast it, you are pretty much winning the game unless you're just being a douche and making the game go longer. Everybody's gonna have creatures, you know. So yeah, I think this one's right. All right. Black Lotus. I guess I'll read this one, and then you tell me where you're at. Black Lotus. Everybody knows what Black Lotus is. Sacrifice it. It's a 0-drop. You get 3 of any color. Where are you at? A, B, or C?
Well, this is Wizards has it as a C. How about that?
Yeah, I have it.
I think it's an A personally.
Really?
But
you think this?
Right. I think this and the Moxen can be unbanned.
Okay, but we'll get to the Mox in a little bit because I actually have the Mox as an A. I have this as a C because I think like Jeweled Lotus is different because you're focused only on your commander. Black Lotus is anything. Like it could even be a boat. You know how much we wanted one of those.
I'm okay. How about this? I know it's a C. I'm fine. I'm not gonna fight it either way.
Your Wizards.
Yes.
I
don't.
Okay, Wizards C. Yes.
How about Wizards has it as a C.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But you think, but for you personally, you think this could be an A? Like, You don't think it's that?
Okay, here's the format that can play anything should be able to play the most iconic card in the game.
Touche.
Like even though it would be busted, not many people are going to do it other than people will start proxying more anyway. But we do know that, you know, Jeweled Lotus was a problem, so this would be even more of a problem. I get that. But I feel like I'd want to see Black Lotus more.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we have Joda
like,
that
it's just
makes
so
it, right?
iconic.
Isn't it that one Joda version that makes? Is it Joda? The one
not
that you,
Joda. No.
Which one is that? The one that
But
makes
I know
the
it's 5
Shivan
color,
Dragon.
1 eye.
It oh yeah.
Terror.
Shit.
I don't
now
remember
wanna
his
know.
name,
I want to
no.
know. Scryfall. What do we got? What is this? What did you think? What was one of the words?
One-eyed.
One-eyed, one-horned. Garth One-Eye. There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm feeling my computer is like, I forgot to plug my cooler in, so my computer's heating up a lot. So I'm doing that really quick.
Okay. Well, I mean,
there we go.
Yeah, I get why you can do that. So, like, I think it'd be kind of fun, but I understand that it would be very upsetting to the format. So, if we were making house rules, I'd be like, if you got a fucking Black Lotus, yeah,
Fuck yeah,
play that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
yeah.
do it. Any of the Moxen, for sure, go for it. I have no problem with that.
Okay, well,
is Wizards gonna unban it? No way in hell.
Let's get to the mocks. Since you did that, you're jumping a little bit of ahead, but that's fine because it's along the same lines. Wizards wise, where do you think the mocks are? Not you, because I also agree. It's an A.
I think Wizards has them at
a C as well.
C level as well.
Yeah, I had it as an A, but I can see what you're saying there. And then somebody else mentioned
Agreed, RoboCop.
Reserve list stuff they probably aren't going to touch. RoboCop said that. I highly doubt they'll touch anything in reserve list. So, all right. So you have, but for me, Black Lotus was a C. Mocks, I feel like, are more fair. Although you don't sacrifice them, which is kind of the...
Right. They're around. They're free. They're basically like the other Moxen, which are really good.
Can you imagine,
I just don't see them.
if they unbanned Mox or even Black, what the price would do on those? Like, those would go fucking bananas. Like, I mean, that's the only reason that Gaia's Cradle is as expensive as it is because it's in Commander. All right. I believe you're reading the Braids one, and I'm the one saying my view on it first. So,
all right. Braids, Cabal, Minion, 2 colorless, 2 black, 2/2 at the beginning of each player's upkeep. That player sacrifices an artifact, creature, or land.
I think this one's a C.
Only because
the cool thing is what we have here. People that are watching, you can see what they say why this was banned. The site I am on, mtgcommander.net, has the this little thing here. I agree with what they said here. Is a lot of things with Braids is that if you can get Braids out on your turn 1 or turn 2, you screw the rest of the table over. They can't do anything the rest of the game. And you're just ahead and you just kill everybody. Like if they can't play a land, if they have to sacrifice a land every turn because that's all they have, and you have Braids out, all you do is slowly kill each person.
You just locked them out.
Yeah. So it's
I think the big problem with it though is that it's the legend.
Mm-hmm.
So if it wasn't a legend, I think it'd be like a B.
Right.
Maybe even an A, like if it was just in the 99. But being a legend, I do think it's a C.
Yep. I agree. All right. I read the next one. Channel. So channel is 2 drop, and you can until end of turn, anytime you could basically pay 1 life to give you 1 colorless mana. So you can do it as many times as you want, but you just got to pay 1 life. So you can go, I need 20 colorless mana. I pay 20 life. And there's that. So, Lowry, where do you think this is? A, B, or C? And while you're talking, I'm going to get another beer.
All right. I think this is a C for Wizards. And again, this is maybe we just add in our opinions every once in a while. I do think this is a B personally. But I do think it's a C. They know how powerful it is for us and how powerful it's always been in every format that it's been legal in. Channel Fireball's named after the combo that basically wins games for it. There's a reason. I feel like it's very similar to like Aetherflux Reservoir, if that makes sense. Like you're paying life to deal damage more than likely. Like that's kind of what, like, you're casting, but casting like an Eldrazi on turn 2 seems ridiculous.
But
right?
I do want to say is, like, keep in mind we're getting tier levels. So in the tier level aspect, do you think that this could be?
I think Wizards a C. Me personally is a B.
Okay, I have it as a B as well. I think with the tier system of, and for people, I don't know if we have. I know RoboCop is just jumping into the CEDH realm of stuff, but if we have people that have been playing CEDH, is this something that's way too powerful, or is this something that, you know, like, then everybody's going to play green? I'd be curious.
Right. I think you go green, blue, black, and you're searching for this every game.
Right.
Like tutoring.
So, okay. All right.
Like,
so
that's so much mana.
So both agree, kind of, we would like a B, but you're thinking C for Wizards wise. And I can
think
see
so,
what you're saying there too. Chaos Orb. Lowry, you don't need to read it, but just say what it does. I mean,
you can activate Chaos Orb and flip it from the top of I think it's an arm length above the table, and then you flip it, and then whatever it lands on, it destroys. This is very unique in the mechanic part of what's going on.
Yeah,
where do you have it?
I have it as C. Like, it's just
C. Yeah.
It feels very unset like, and so I don't, unless they unban uncards in Commander. I don't think this stays banned. I don't think this one even has a possibility.
Agreed. C level.
Okay. Yeah, we got to move quicker, I guess. Coalition Victory. So this one is the 3 and then Wooburg. If you have every land type, and is that it? Just every land type and a creature of each color. There we go. So every land type and a creature of each color, you win the game. It's not even, you cast this and then that happens. It's not an enchantment. It's a sorcery. So cast it. As long as you have that, you meet those requirements, you win the game. Lowry, A, B, or C?
A.
A? Okay.
I'm kind of in the realm of everybody else. I think it's a big enough requirement. You know, there are cards out there that give land types to your lands.
It's a lot easier now with that, but
yeah. But also, I think when this was banned way back then, I'm not reading any of this extra text, and I like that that's there. But there were very few you win the game cards, and there's a lot more now.
Yeah. I think the only, I can see it as an A, but I put it as a B only because a lot of those you win the game cards, people see it coming. This one is you cast it and it's done. You know what I'm saying? It comes out of nowhere.
I can see that.
So that was my only reason. Like, if it was an enchantment and you're like, oh, at the beginning of your upkeep, you win the game if you have X, Y, and Z, then yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the big targets. This is one of the A targets. I would agree.
I think 8 mana with 5 different colors. Like,
right. Yep.
I do think all sorcery speed, you know, there's enough people running counterspells out there. Like, I wouldn't like it in our play group.
Right.
Because we don't have counterspells in that regard.
Yeah.
But also, if you're running any sort of removal and can get rid of the colored creature, because it fizzles.
Yep.
So, like, I think this is fine. I think they're cool with it.
Yep. I mean, that's 5 and 3 colors, man. I mean, that's a tough thing to come by, and then you have to meet the stipulation. So you're jumping through hoops just to get that. You got you got things to jump through. All right. One of our new band cards, Lowry. Why don't you tell us what this one is?
Dockside Extortionist, the big bad goblin that gives you treasures for as many artifacts and enchantments your opponents control. Everybody knew it was a crazy card. It stuck around for years and years at this point.
I think it's an A.
Recently banned.
I think it's an A.
Where you got it at?
I think it's an A.
You think it's an A?
I think in CEDH, this is fine. Like,
You think this is like a Cat 4?
Yeah.
Powerful card.
Are we talking about hurricanes now again?
I think we should have power levels associated with
the
hurricane levels. Right.
Yeah, so I think
Tis the season.
we've had Dockside for a long time. And it's a CEDH card, and they've been dealing with it for years and years and years, and it hasn't been like something that they've claimed that they want banned. It's more of the casual players, I felt like, that it hurt more than anything. So if they do this tier system, I think this is an A. I think this is one of the cards that gets unbanned. What about you?
I think that's a really good point. If they do the tier, the tier system, this is a tier 4 card.
Yeah.
And I can agree with that logic.
I don't think it's going to go in casual. I don't think it'll be in the other tiers, but yeah, the highest
I don't
tier.
think it's going to be unbanned on the first time they make an announcement for unbannings.
Yeah, you might be right on that.
I don't think so.
I think they're going to stay away from the 3 for sure on that. But yeah. All right.
Unless there is a huge change, like unbannings, bannings, we are totally shaking up the format. But again, I don't see them doing that.
Right. All right. So Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn. So one of the first cards that got banned when Commander was started. Basically, can't be countered. You get an extra turn if you cast it. It has protection from everything, or not every. Is it everything? From spells,
instants, and sorceries.
One or more colors.
Maybe it's everything.
No, yeah, it's spell protection from spells that are 1 or more colors. Annihilator 6, and then if it goes in your graveyard or whatever, it gets shuffled back in. Lowry, I mean, this is a 15 drop. This costs 15. You think this gets unbanned? Where? A, B, or C? A, B, or C?
I got this at a C.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got this at a C. I do think this is one of those cards being colorless that the reason, if I'm remembering right, because the writing there is too small for me to see, but it just went in every deck.
Right.
And so, like, it's just one of those cards that they already said that they don't really like when it comes to, like, even though those are glue cards with Arcane Signet, Command Tower, like cards that go in every deck, this is that.
Yeah.
It's your big powerhouse.
It's literally what the text says. It says,
is it?
As an amazing colorless finisher, it was too tempting for too many decks. So too many decks just put it all in there.
And so, like, this made Bribery really popular as a card, and we'll talk about another one too. But Bribery is just a blue card. You can go search through somebody's library and put a creature from their deck into play, and you ran that because everybody ran Emrakul. Yeah. And you'd get an Emrakul on turn 4 or 5, tutored for it into play. It was fucking bonkers.
Yeah, but they don't get the extra turn, so it's fine, right?
No, it's not. It has protection, has the Annihilator 16. It's game over. It's 15-15 flying. It's fucking wild.
But man, I mean, you have all the memes with the squirrels like taking down
later,
Emrakul.
This is still wild.
It is. It is a ridiculous card. I had it as a B only because I was like, hey, I think CEDH would like this card, but I can see what you're saying there.
All these fucking Emrakuls throwing at each other. Like, I'll steal yours, you'll steal mine, and you're just fighting over Emrakuls. That sounds terrible.
All right, Lowry, do you know what this one, can you read the text?
For the most part, Arayu, Soratami Ascendant, it's blue and a colorless, comes down. I think whenever you
play
counter
a fourth
spell,
whenever the fourth spell you play, you flip it, and then
the first spell every turn is countered.
Yeah.
And so that's the part. The flip part sucks. It's basically braids. You're stopping everybody's first play. I would compare this to braids.
Yeah,
so if you think braids has a shot, it's a legend. And I think that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the big thing. But the thing I will say that's a little different than braids is that you still have to cast 4 spells for this to flip over, and then even if their spells are countered, the first spell, that's like playing a counterspell player anyways. So I actually don't see the problem with this, because when you play a counterspell player, you're always having to bait them. You're like, oh, well, I'm going to throw this spell out to see if they'll counter it. Oh, they aren't? Okay, so maybe I'll try to do... You know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways around
Think about
it.
how good the new Jin-Gitaxias is, where it counters the first artifact, instant, or sorcery spell.
Yeah.
And that's like 10 mana.
Yeah, and
this is 2 as a legend attached to casting 4 spells, which is not hard for blue to do.
Right. But it's not like braids, where braids can happen in that first turn. Like, this is going to be something that happens.
I mean, this can easily happen. You can definitely do this on the first turn.
This seems like it could.
You
be
go land, and then you could do like a Mox, which is a spell, a Ryu, which is a spell, another Mox, and a cantrip. That's 4 spells. Flip it.
Wait, you're saying which Moxes are you talking about? Just the other
Any
Moxes?
of the Moxes, they're all 0 spells.
Well, I know, but
You
you're
got
talking
Mox-
about. Are you talking about the
Mox
ones we're
Diamond?
gonna unban anyways?
Pro Mox? No. But just like there's enough
So-
free spells that are super easy.
So you're
You could do
you're
this
a
first
C on
turn,
this
flip
one, is
it.
what you're trying to tell me.
I'm saying it's a C.
Okay, I had it as a B. I had it as a B.
Or wherever you want to put braids. Wherever you
Well,
think
be-
braids is going to be.
I think braids is worse than that one, but I can see your argument with that because it is 2, so it's less to come out. But yeah, okay. Next one, Falling Star. This is the
Ante?
same. No, this one is the flipping, and it's like the chaos thing, and then it does 3 damage to whatever it touches. I think it's the same thing or same argument as Chaos Orb, so it's an uncard.
C.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll say Fast Bond. You give us the thing. So Fast Bond, 1-drop enchantment. You may play as many lands on your turn, and then you just take 1 damage for each one beyond the first. Fast Bond. Where do you think Fast Bond is?
B.
That's where I had it too.
In my heart, I want it to be an A. I love Fast Bond, but I think it's a B.
I think
Like
the thing that holds Fast Bond, like I've mentioned this before, this picture is how when Commander started, this is how I always pictured Commander, that you are a wizard casting your creatures and stuff and you're fighting against other people. I love this card so much. I think the downfall of this one though is we have so much, and it's in green. So you have Reminop Excavator, you have your Crucible
Worlds.
So
you got the new one that was in the rooms you're allowed to. Yeah.
We have a lot of that
Agreed.
stuff. So like playing your strip mine, and then it's like you have no land forever, and I just take 1 damage every time I'm doing this. Like that's where I'm like, oh, is it really a C? Is it a C?
Well, this is something that cousin Jake, when he was playing with us, he was doing this. Like he was playing vintage or whatever. We weren't fucking on that level. But he was going Fast Bond with Zeron Orb, Crucible World, and so he'd do like Invictor's Justice, which is like a buyback. So it's like 2 damage each creature and each player, and then he just gain a ton of life, infinite life,
You
infinite
remember
mana.
a lot of. I remember the Zeron Orb part, but I didn't remember it was Fast Bond and stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, it's called trauma. And so sometimes you repress it and sometimes you remember.
Well, that's why I hate counterspells, is because cousin Jake. Yep.
We
for sure.
remember that trauma. So that's Fast Bond's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like really, really good. I think I think I'm talking myself down to a C for Wizards.
I think it is a C.
I think it's a C.
I
fucking
like
hate
it a
saying
lot.
that.
I have it. I wrote it as a B, but I really think it's a C. I don't think. I think there's too much recursion and playing from your graveyard with it. So
Yeah.
All right, Flash. Lowry, read it to me.
Flash is 1 in a blue instant. You may pay.
You may pay a card. Put a creature card from your hand onto the graveyard or onto the battlefield.
In a play.
yeah.
You sacrifice it unless you pay the casting cost -2.
Oh yeah,
This-
I'm supposed to say it.
This was banned because of like CEDH hated it.
Oh really?
Yeah. This was too good for CEDH.
Oh shit, I put it as an A.
The CEDH, if I'm remembering right, does not want this.
Oh, that's crazy. Because it, as you see, it got banned in 2020. So this was around for a while too before it got actually banned. I don't remember anybody in our casuals playing this as much. I'm like, hey, this is totally a fair
It's
card.
such a fucking combo card. Such a fucking.
That's
combo.
probably why it's not in our play group at all. But I had it as an A,
Right.
but if CEDH hated it, so I don't know if my A rating is I know
It's not
that
really for the
threshold.
casuals, and the CEDH players at that point did not like it.
So you probably had a C with this one then?
Yeah,
C.
yeah. I think they're happy about it.
Okay. Gifts Ungiven. So this is the 4-drop, 1 blue, 3 colorless instant. Search your library for up to 4 cards with different names. and reveal them. An opponent chooses 2 of them, puts them into your hand, and or puts 2 into the graveyard, 2 in your hand, then you shuffle. Lowry, where are you at with Gifts Ungiven? This got banned in right away, 2009, before we even really got going with Commander.
To me, this is a A.
Yeah.
We have a card very similar, if not the same, in Intuition.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just having 2 of them makes it harmful, but I think you have a card that is essentially the same thing, but on the reserve list. I'd probably rather have it flipped so that we can get some reprint. I mean, we still get reprints of Gifts Ungiven, but I just I understand that it's a combo getter. It fetches into the graveyard, but we have Entomb, we have Intuition, we have plenty of cards that are similar to this. I think it's fine to unban. And I think Wizards can see that too.
Yep, I can see that. And this has never been basically in Commander, so they haven't even seen how it. And like you said, there's others like it. All right, why don't you read me Golos? What do we got going with
Golos? Tireless Pilgrim. This is 5 mana. When it comes into play, go search for any land and put it into play for your, and then you can pay like something like 7 or 8, and then look at the top X amount of cards and put 1 into play.
You got banned in 2021, not that long ago.
Right, I remember this. This was a big hubbub when that was banned too.
Yeah.
It is a legend. I think that is another big thing.
I put it at an A. I didn't think that this one needed to get banned when it got banned before, because I didn't. Again, it's our preference of like our play group. I never saw. I think maybe one person had a Golos deck.
I did,
but I didn't think there was any issues with Golos. But
I made a Gates deck, so it was fucking Gates going for the gate win with the. The land that won you the game.
Yeah. Because it's what is it? Enters the battlefield, you may search your library for up to 1 land card. Okay, so you go get that gate. Yeah. I don't know. Where are you at with this? Where do you think Wizards has this one located?
I think it's unbannable. I truly do.
You think it's a
I
C?
do think they're. What's that?
You think it's a C or no?
No, I think this is unbannable. I think this is
an A or a B.
I think it's probably an A for me, but maybe a B for Wizards. I think I remember one of the things that I remember why it was banned was because it kind of cut the commander tax in half. And so like
because you're getting a land every
if
time
you kill if it was killed by the time it came out and you had a land in hand, it just came out the next turn like always. There was no delay. And so I think it was the consistency that Golos going and getting a land made it like ever present, like it was impossible to get rid of.
So the one reason why I put it an A is because actually if you read in the comment here, it says there are many problems with this card, but the greatest is that in low to middle power level tiers. So what I was like, well, then we're gonna have a high power or a high level tier. So why wouldn't this be allowed in that? And so that's why
super
I
agree.
So
yeah, that makes a ton of sense.
All right, Gristlebrand. We have not had this one. Well, I guess it was 2012, but I don't remember ever.
It was around for a little bit.
So it's the 4 black, 4 colorless. It's a demon 7/7, flying, lifelink, pay 7 life, draw 7 cards. Lowry, this is pretty fucking brutal. Where do you think this is? A, B, or C? You think this one's getting unbanned?
I'm gonna put this in the fast spawn category, and this is a C in my mind. Being a legend, especially.
Oh yeah, I guess
But
the legend part.
The drawing and paying life has always been a problem. Do we think this is better than Necropotence? Probably not. But being a legend makes it a problem.
Because I make that as your commander. I had it as a B, but I can see the arguments with that being like I didn't even think about the legendary part. I was like, this just popping into your 99, like it's fine. But yeah, if you make it your commander. I get it.
Yeah.
All right. Hull Breacher. Lowry, read it to me. Or if you can.
2 colorless blue. It is a flash Merfolk Rogue. And whenever an opponent draws a card beyond their first, they don't get to draw, and you get to make treasures.
I had Hull Breacher at an A because we have similar cards like it. You don't think so?
Nope.
Well, no, not making the treasures part. I mean, like the one that's the the black and blue card that does a similar thing where you draw their cards instead.
Notion Thief.
Yeah. So
It's going to be a.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
My thing is, I keep putting into my head is CEDH or the highest tier level. Why can't this be in that kind of those decks? That tier. Not in our format. I don't think it's going to be in like a lot of these. I don't think are going to be in our format. A lot of these that I say are A. I don't think we're playing with them. I don't think they're getting unbanned in ours, but I think they're getting unbanned in the highest tier. So that's why I had this one as an A.
I am opposite. I am a C on this one. I'm a C on this. I think the biggest thing is that I agree that Notion Thief kind of like stops the extra drawing and stuff like that, and that's what Hull Breacher does too. But that extra mana, this ends up being one of the best hate cards in blue, and the best ramp cards for blue.
Yeah,
like that is a problem, and I don't like it. And you also have examples on this list of where cards are banned. So, and we'll get to that, Leovold. But I think this is a C. I don't see anyway.
Iona Shield of Emeria. So this one was banned it's at this point 5 years ago. It's an angel that basically, when it comes into play, you shut down a color. You say this color can't be played anymore, and your opponents can't cast that. Where are you at with Emeria or Iona?
Iona, I'm a B.
Where do I have Iona? I'm a B as well.
I don't think this is a hard has to be banned type thing, but it does suck when it's in play. Like
it does.
You're either shutting 1.5 players down, or it's not really fun. It's very cheatable in. It's a reanimation target. It was in every Kalia deck before it was banned. So
we worked around it though. We've dealt with it.
One.
We dealt with it, but it did suck when it was like somebody was monocolor and you're like, yep, can't play green anymore. Fuck.
Yeah. It was brutal. It made for some brutal games.
Yeah.
I believe this is where Chaos Warp probably got cemented in my head as just super random, because I think I Chaos Warped yours, and then you shuffled it in. I cut, and then it came back out. And then you just named me after that.
You've been burned by Chaos Warp so many times. It's kind of ridiculous.
So I'm a solid B there. And Painter Servant is a combo with it. Totally agree. There's a reason why they before Painter Servant was banned and Iona was legal, and then they decided to unban Painter Servant and ban Iona. I think that was the right choice. I don't know. And again, I don't know if you want Iona legal that you get rid of Painter Servant. I don't know. I don't think that's the answer.
Yep.
If I have to choose one or the other, I'm
Iona.
happy Painter Servants is
unbanned.
legal.
Yep. All right. Another card that just got recently banned, Jeweled Lotus.
I mean, we know that with this one, it's 0 costing, comes down, you can sack it, you get 3 mana of any one color for your commander.
I think this is an A. I think it's an A. But I think it's the same line that you said with Dockside, that they might not do it right away, but they might do this one right away, because this is like commander written all over it. Like, this is only a commander card. So let me take that back. I agree with your take on Dockside. I don't think it fits here. I think this is one of the first ones that comes off.
I can agree with that. I think this is an A as well. I think it's at tier 4 play.
Yeah.
So
yep,
I'm good with that.
All right. Caracas. It is 1 white, or you can tap it for 1 white, or you can tap it to return a legendary creature to its owner's hand.
C.
Yep. I did it C as well, because being able to pop anybody's commander with really no downside, like
right,
or save your commander. I think that's also it mentions in the comments there, is like it's easy protection for your commander, but most likely it's, oh, you're not killing my commander, okay, now I'm popping yours back to your hand. So, and it's a land. Like, if it was a creature, sure, you can kill creatures easy, but a land is a lot harder to just, like, probably the hardest thing
it's hard to deal with.
Yeah.
All
All right.
Agreed.
Leovold.
Leovold is a legend that basically states that if your opponents draw more than one card, they don't get to draw more cards. And with it being a legend in blue and black, people would wheel. Everybody, your opponents would go down to
0.
1 card in hand, and the game was fucking over. And it's 3 mana, just a black, blue, and green. Like, it was over real quick.
Okay, I put B, but the way you said it there, I might be down to a C.
I think this is a C.
The way you said it, I'm like, yeah, that's a C, especially because it's a commander. All right.
Yeah.
So
Again, if this was, I think this is worse than Hull Breacher. So if we were like, if I'm leveling C's, this is like Hull Breacher is more likely to be unbanned.
C
than
plus,
this.
and this is a C minus, is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah.
All right, Library of Alexandria. So this can tap for 1 colorless mana, or if you have 7 cards exactly in your hand, you can tap it to draw a card. A, B, or C here, Lowry?
Oh, this could be an A.
Uh-huh. If it wasn't reserve list stuff, like, it's so expensive. I totally think this could be an A as well. Like,
What
I
is this
put A.
price tag at?
Fuck, it's thousands, man. Like,
Yeah, man. I mean, it could be unbanned.
yeah. Like 7
Easily.
cards, that's like, you have to have exact, it's not 7 or more either. You could only if you have exactly 7 cards. Like, this is a card that could be played. Like, they should remake this card and just call it a different
It was
name.
like a problem in Vintage. And
Library
not-
of
not a good card.
not Alexandria. I don't know, something else. Just make it something a little different. Tweak it, because it's totally something you could have. Like
Library of Babylon.
all right, so we both thought it was an A, but wait. We think it's an A. What is Wizards gonna do though?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. I think it. The reserve list comment that
probably a C.
RoboCop said was, I think he's right. I think it is a C.
It's already super expensive. I don't see them unbanning it, like you're saying.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
Not that I own it or anything. I just think they need to unban more stuff.
I mean, if you unban some of these really, really expensive cards, then proxies are wide open. So,
Right.
all right. Limited resources, 1 white enchantment. When it comes into play, each player chooses
5 lands.
5 lands and then sacrifices the rest, as long as there are. So you can't go above 5 lands, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, as long as there are 10 or more lands, no one can play lands anymore.
Yeah. So
It's a C.
that's a C.
You can't have that in Commander. Like, that's by turn 2, it's already over, you know?
Right.
So you play this, and it's a 1-drop enchantment.
Right.
This is dumb. So that's an easy
That's
one.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Was it?
Lutri,
Lutri.
the spell catcher.
Thank you for not having me pronounce it.
Chaser. Spell chaser.
So it has the companion, so it can be in your deck as long as, what is it? I can't read it.
I think it's each spell in your deck is like
Has a
fucking
different
instant or sorcery.
No, each non-land card in your deck has a different name, which is commander.
Mm.
And then it has flash, and then it basically duplicates. So when you cast an instant or sorcery, you get to do a second one and choose new targets.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, where are you at with that one?
I'm an A.
What did I have?
I'm an A because. Go ahead.
I put B because it just fits with your, like, because this fits with commander. So you have your commander, and then this fits
Right.
with it. So it's in a spell slinging the colors, and it just always goes with that. So it's like it's always.
But I think the thing that balanced it out super is the additional champion cost, where you got to pay 3 to put in your hand, and then pay another 3
I
to
forgot
cast
about
this.
that part.
Yeah. So
I forgot about
if we're
that part.
talking about that going on, like
As long as that's on, then yes, I would say A. But if it's not,
to me, it's an A. I can see a B, but
yeah, and Joel's just saying the same
yeah, it's
thing.
three mana to put it into your hand.
Yeah.
So I can see it being an A or a B. I don't think this is just never
Now,
being unbanned card.
is
though.
there a nerf where it, like, basically, so you put it in your hand, then you play this and it gets killed, well, then it just goes to your graveyard. Never mind, it's not a commander. So never mind, I just answered my own question. So forget it. But yeah, if that is in play, I agree. I think this could be an A. That'll be in a lot of top tier stuff. All right, Monocrypt.
Yeah.
Where are we at with Monocrypt? We just got this.
This is a 0 mana rock that was just banned. You can tap it to get 2 mana, colorless, and then at your upkeep, you flip a coin and take 3 damage if you lose that flip. Where do you got it?
I have it as an A as well. So
Yeah, this one is an A.
Yeah, I have this as an A, but this one might be more in the along the lines of Dockside, where it might not get unbanned right away. I like Jeweled Lotus better, that it gets unbanned right away. This one might be in later, but it could also go with Jeweled Lotus. Again, not saying the super casual stuff, top tier stuff. All of these pretty much the same.
Agreed.
And I think when we say this, I think down the line, all of these stay banned in the format that we play, is what I'm saying. I think for the most part, 95% of them are that
Like,
we are saying.
we could definitely play Biorhythm.
That's what I was gonna say. Biorhythm and another one that's coming up later, I think might get unbanned in our format, but I think those are the only
I think Coalition Victory would be fine.
I think there's
I
a
mean,
handful.
yeah, I don't. But I mean, like,
at
Mana
the end,
Crypt,
I
I
want to kind of hit
agree.
that.
I agree with everything that you're saying, but I'd probably put it at a B.
At a B,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I got
For
A.
Wizards. What I think, A. What I think, Wizards, B.
B. Okay, I gotcha.
Well,
All right.
I mean, it's kind of along that Dockside idea.
Right.
Like, it might, but it really could just, like, be gone.
Yeah. We already talked about the Moxes. We already got that one. So now we got Nadu that just got also banned. So Nadu is the, everybody knows Nadu, so I don't need to explain that one.
Yeah.
Where do you have Nadu sitting here, Lau?
I'm okay with the ban. I'll put it at a B.
That's where I have it.
I don't think it was a huge problem, but also it's very abusable. The wording's wrong. They messed up on the card.
Yep, they just needed to change a couple words and it would have been totally fine. So, yep, both of
Yep.
us think B. You're on this
I
one.
can't read that.
It's the Pano.
I know it's Panoptic Mirror, but I can't see like any fucking thing on it.
So, isn't it the one where it's imprint? So you tap X and tap it. You may at the beginning of your upkeep. God, I can't read it either. Hang on. You may remove an instant or sorcery with converted mana cost X or less from your hand from the game. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may copy an imprinted instant or sorcery card and play the copy without paying its mana cost. So each of your upkeeps, you can play the imprinted card, but when you imprint, you have to pay X and tap this. Imprint. You may remove. Oh no, it's just you imprint it from your hand. So you don't.
Yeah.
Not when you play it. You just do it whenever. All right. So for me,
I think it's okay.
I have it as a B.
You have a B?
Yeah, but it's been banned the entire time we've been playing Commander. So
Yeah, I might not know why this one is like that. I could see it being an A.
Banned because incidental, often accidental uses, boring games and all that stuff, because you just keep beginning of your upkeep, you keep casting it for free. There is no downside.
Do we not have cards like that though already?
What's that
And I feel
Scepter?
like
What's the Scepter one? But it's 3 or less.
Isokron Scepter.
3 or less, right?
Yeah, but it's also 2 mana and 2 mana.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
this
this
is
is what,
5.
5
to
and
X to whatever. But what if it's you find a extra turn spell, then you have infinite extra turns.
that maybe that's the key right there. It's just infinite turns.
Yeah, because you just.
I mean, we could do that all. It's B. I'll go with a B.
all right. I got you down to my B level.
Yeah.
Paradox Engine. Did I read that last one? Yeah. No, this one's on you.
You did, but that was for yourself because none of us could read it. So,
so Paradox Engine.
I'll read this one
Okay.
to you. Paradox Engine, 5 mana artifact, legendary. Can't be a commander. But whenever you cast a spell, untap all non-land permanents you control.
I think this is a B.
Where?
I think it's
You
a
think
B.
this is a fucking B?
Okay, whoa. Remember, I'm not saying for us, our play group, like our level. I'm talking like CEDH. I'm talking the highest tier level. Sure. You're not untapping the lands. You're untapping your other stuff. They like to do D-Gen stuff. This is a D-Gen card. And it wasn't banned for the longest time. For 2 years, it didn't get unbanned or didn't get banned. And we dealt with it in regular Commander. They didn't even have CDH then. So why for me, if they're doing these tier systems, I think you need to bring in the most powerful stuff. Because that's what it is. It's like you said with the Black Lotus stuff, is like Commander is all about bringing in as much cards as you can, especially if we have these tier systems. Is you can get away with putting these crazy cards in there and see how it works out. I want to see what
Where'd
this
you put
does.
this?
I put this as didn't I say B? Yeah, I said B. I didn't say A.
Said B?
I said B. B. Come on, B.
No, I'm gonna go C.
Oh,
I don't see this. I don't think Wizards is gonna unban this.
All right. Prime Evil Titan. This is what got the juices flowing of why this episode started for me. Like I was just like, shit, things are moving. I love this card. I played with this when it was still banned, and Lowry's like, you can't. I was like, I don't even know what a ban list is, Lowry. What are you talking about? We're playing Commander. We don't follow any of these rules. And you're like, yeah, that's banned. Every time I played it, banned. When Primeval Titan comes into play and when he attacks, you get to go search for 2 land cards, not basic land cards, 2 land cards, put them into play tapped. Where are you at with this one, Lowry? A,
C.
B, a C?
Yeah.
You really think this is a C?
I truly think this is a C, unless they actually say what if they're going after fast mana, and
Man, you think
this is that
C?
trade-off? They would have to ban Gaia's Cradle and Coffers for this to be unbanned, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I have this as an A. This
So
is the
that's
biggest...
that's where it is in my mind. As long as those 2 cards and maybe even trying to nick those being unbanned, there's no way in my mind that Primeval Titan becomes unbanned, because this was also the Emrakul problem of it was in every green deck. Any deck that ran it,
for sure.
ran it.
Yeah, for
There
sure.
was no question, and I think that made decks too ubiquitous, and they wanted to avoid that. And again,
tier
I
system
think
though.
even
Tier
in
system.
even in the tier system, that tier is going to be playing Coffers and Gaia's Cradle. They won't play this like that. There's no way they unban this, in my opinion.
I have it as an A. This is the biggest.
Okay, just no. That's what you want.
No. I mean,
that's what you.
But
want.
It's not just me. That's what you were saying. Is this? Is
I know
one of the
a
things
lot
that
of people
are
want
spiking.
it, but
Yeah.
they're wrong.
This one's one of the biggest ones that are spiking, like more than my other guys. This is the one that's spiking, and it might be also because it has a higher price point to start off with, because it is played in other formats, because it is a good card. So that's also a factor there. But yeah, I had this as an A. You have it as a C. It's fine. We'll see.
Again, it becomes unbannable once you remove those 2 or 3 lands. But they have to be really serious about what they're talking about with the mana positive type cards. So when they're talking about Dockside, when they're talking about Jeweled Lotus, when they're talking, if they start going after Gaia's Cradle, after those cards that give you shit tons of mana at once, and they can repeatably do it, if they get rid of those cards, then Primetime comes back. So that's what I would expect.
I can see Gaia's going away, but Cabal, I don't think that's not going away. So, all right. Next, Prophet of Crewfix. Is this me reading? The beer is getting to my.
That
brain.
is 3 green and a blue, 2/3 untap. All basically non-land permanents at the beginning of each player's or each opponent's untap step.
Get that?
Is that wrong?
Right. All creatures and lands. That's the problem with it.
Oh, it's lands?
Yes.
Creatures and lands?
All creatures and lands during each player's up.
Nuts.
and you can
yeah,
cast
it's the
creature
flash
spells at flash. So This
I forgot about I think that's the problem.
This has three cards in one. Like we have cards that all do this. But
this is Leyline of Anticipation and Seedborn Muse.
This is
in one card.
In one card.
That's a problem.
I put it at a B. I want this. I did again. This is another card. I will, full disclosure. I did buy a bunch of these in foil.
Did too.
Because I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. Power creep, blah 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 blah. I mean, it does a lot.
It's fucking bonkers.
It's not legendary. Hey, we got that going for us, so that's why I put it as a B.
You're right. How about this? I think this is a stronger C than Primetime. How about that?
Like,
this is less likely to be unbanned than Primetime. This is a deep C, in my opinion.
Like that C- kind of thing you're talking about?
Yeah, this is a C- card. Ain't no way.
Shit!
I don't think this is coming off.
Reoccurring Nightmare. Sacrifice a creature, return reoccurring Nightmare to owner's hand, put target creature from your graveyard into play. Play its ability only as a sorcery. Where we got this, Lowry? Got it as C.
C is for cookie. Good enough for me.
What is the reason for C?
It's a repeatable reanimation aspect, like sacrificing any card or any creature, bringing that back to your hand. 3 mana, sack a creature, bring a fatty back from the graveyard, and then 3 mana, do it again. Right. Like, fuck, it's disgusting.
Even on the high power stuff? Even on the high power stuff?
I don't think so.
All right. I had BC on this one too, so we're about the same part. All right, one of my favorites that I love this card.
Rufus, the fellows. This was the first card I was like, that's banned. You're like, what's that?
Yeah.
Like,
no.
You child. 2 green, 2/1. Rufus, also a legend, but taps. Add the amount of green mana to your pool for as many forests as you control.
We already have this kind of card.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do, but she's a lot. She's like 4 green instead of the 2 green.
Which one is this?
She's not legendary. Wasn't it from like the set from like a couple years ago or last year? Wasn't it from? I thought it was one of the March of the Machine. You know what I'm talking about? She's like 4 green. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 green, and she does the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you saying it's 3 green and then it taps for as many creatures as you control?
Oh, maybe that's that one. Maybe
there's that one.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Oh yeah, because this one's forest. This one is forest you control. But anyways,
so hashtag Team Forest Walk. Hashtag Team Forest. Yavimaya would be really good. Just saying.
The fuck
probably better than Urza's Saga.
Thanks, Rufus, Joel. I have as an A.
You fucking no. That's a C. That is the definition of a C. There's no way they're unbanning
because it's legendary.
Yeah, it's exactly what they just banned everything for.
Come on, man. Let us have some fun with these damn cards.
No. It's a C.
I like your face. All right. Shahrazad. I don't even know what this card does.
It creates sub games, and you got to beat that game.
I said C. This is a C. We don't even.
Yeah.
Side games is not fun. You're on the Sundering Titan, unless you want me to read it.
Sundering Titan is a 7 mana, 7/10 artifact creature. When it comes into play, 8 mana. All right. Well, when it ETBs, everybody has to sacrifice lands. Down to what?
No, you pick a land.
One type of every
type.
land type, and then you got to sacrifice the rest.
Yep.
No. How about that?
You forgot if it also leaves the battlefield. So if you flicker it, you do it when it leaves, and then when it comes back in.
Stupid.
I think I put this as a B.
No. What is the C?
All right.
This is repeatable. This is reanimatable.
Yeah,
this is
the flickering.
Artifacts can come out real quick.
Yeah, it's a C. All right. Sway the Stars. 8. 2 blue sorcery. Each player shuffles his or her hand, graveyard, permanents he or she controls into the library. Draw 7 cards, and their life total becomes 7.
I think this is an A.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say C. I was like, yeah, this is an A. We have Worldfire, and this is not as bad as
just a blue version of it.
Yeah, it's not as bad as Worldfire. I mean, I guess it's in blue. that's the excuse that I read from the rules committee from before, why they unbanned Worldfire and didn't unban this one, just because blue has more tools with that stuff. But this is better because you're not. Everybody's getting cards, whereas Worldfire doesn't eliminate everything from their hands, and everybody's life is at 1.
Exiles the hand and everything in play and graveyards, and everybody's life total goes to 1.
Yeah. So this one is the biorhythm effect too, where I'm like, this is probably going to get unbanned pretty quick. So
yeah.
Yep. Sway of the Stars. All right, Lowry.
Savant Primordial, 5 and 2 green for 6/8 Reacher. When it ETBs, you get to destroy a non-creature card from each opponent, and then go and get a basic land and put it into play tap for each permanent destroyed. What are your thoughts?
It's 7-drop. I put it at a B.
Why? Convince me.
It's a 7-drop. It has removal built on it. It doesn't. It is an ETB, so it's not casting. And you're destroying a it's a non-creature permanent. Oh, if it was a non-land, it'd be better because then you're not destroying their land. And I think that's the problem with it, is because it doesn't. If it said the non, it's still fine. You're not killing their creatures. They're happy. You're just destroying their lands.
I believe this was banned before Panharmonicon even existed.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it says it was banned in 2014. Panharmonicon. Oh, yeah. That's a good point. I was thinking when you said that you were talking about one of the other banned cards that we just talked about, the Paradox Engine, and I was like, yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were just saying reference wise.
I mean, a similar set.
Paradox or Panharmonicon would not be be awesome if you had it out.
Hit 2 land, 2 land, 2 land, go and get 6 land into play.
Game over.
6/8 reach, go.
All right, fine. C.
This
maybe.
is it's ridiculous. I think it's closer. I think it's a CB.
Okay.
How about that?
All right. I can take that.
I like this a lot more than like Sundering Titan or something.
Yep. Time Vault. This is a C. Like,
that's a C.
Yeah. Just being able to tap and take extra turns, blah blah blah. Like, there's too many.
All you got to do is untap it.
Untap synergies. There's too many.
There's plenty of them.
Yeah,
plenty of them.
I think Time Walk. Same thing. I'm gonna see a Time Walk.
Two mana sorcery is a sorcery, but take an extra turn after this one.
You can't have extra turns at 2. Like, if it exiled, maybe.
You have the Miracle one that's 2 mana.
If it's Miracle. I think this one's a C. I think this one's a C.
That's true.
Especially
there's a 3 mana one.
Especially since it's reserve list. Don't even try to talk this one in. This one is.
Can we put this at a B?
This is
Wizards
C.
has it as a C.
No, yeah.
I think this is a B.
No.
How about that?
It's C. All right, Tinker. As an addition to play this card, sacrifice an artifact, search your library for an artifact, put it into play. Shuffle your library afterwards. A, B, or C, Lau?
This is tough. I think it's a C.
Oh, really?
I think it's CB.
I have it as a B. I think there's similar things, not as good for. This is only 3.
Yeah.
But I think we have some other things that do. What is
is this comparable to Natural Order, where you sacrifice a green creature and go and get a green creature from your deck and put it into play?
I mean, that's specific. I bet artifacts you have a little bit more.
Yeah.
Choices,
that costs a little bit more.
What's the
artifacts are easier to sacrifice with the tokens?
There's another one that does a similar thing to this, but it's 5. So that's the difference. This is a 3 drop.
Right. I think the mana cost is probably what's off on this, because there are cards like Transmute Artifact, which is another reserve list one. You have
it's that one that looks like a bug.
Yeah, it's from Mirrodin set, and
they reprinted
2
it
and X.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you sacrifice a creature and pay the difference.
Right. Yep. So I have this as a B. I think it could get unbanned for those higher level stuff, but
yeah, If they add a tier 5, then I'll put it at an A. But as far as we know, there's only 4, and I don't think this is. I think it's too good for 4.
All right, we're getting down to the end here. All right, we got
Solarian Academy. This is a legendary land that when you tap it, you can get a blue for each artifact that you control. What do you think?
A.
Shut up.
We have the other ones that are on.
You lying, Saka.
We have
Ain't
the other
no way.
We have Gaia's Cradle. We have the Sanctum.
That's
Sarah's Sanctum. That is also.
That's right. But you got to work for enchantments.
Same with artifacts.
You don't even have.
What are you
this,
talking
This has been banned before. Treasures or clues or food. No.
What?
Absolutely a
You got to
C.
keep the cycle in there.
Absolutely a C. I think they go the other way. I think Cradle has a bit of a target on its head.
All right. I have it as
See,
an A.
you're,
I
don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing.
All right. Trade secrets. 3-drop. Target opponent draws 2 cards. Then you draw up to 4 cards. The opponent may repeat the process. I remember when we played with this. This was stupid. Where do you have this one at, Lau?
This is a C.
I have it as an A. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have it as an A.
It's a great political card, and that's
Yeah.
why it's in the first commander set. But basically, it was just like,
You want to draw your deck out?
you want to draw your deck out? Yeah, let's draw all the cards.
I'll draw half mine. You draw your deck out, basically.
Who was it? Was I doing it with you? Because I cast it.
I think
Was
so.
it with you or Jake?
Oh, probably Jake.
But whoever. But the other person was just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I
And,
kind of
had to read.
remember being on the butt end of that. Yeah.
Were you? Okay.
Yeah.
Because basically, it was just like, who do I think is going to take this? And like, I want to draw as many cards as possible. And we did, and then I think within 6 months it was banned.
Yeah.
It was like, oh yeah, totally get that. Totally makes sense. That's a C.
All right. Upheaval. Oh, sorry. You.
4 mana, 2 blue, sorcery. Return all permanents to their owner's hands.
I have this as an A. I mean, it is a reset, but I mean, I know it's a reset, but at least you're getting all the permanents to your hand. It's
all the permanents.
I know.
That's my problem.
The lands
is all the lands.
Right.
That's a problem.
But Sway of the Stars, we're returning. Oh no, you're shuffling. You're drawing. So this is returning it, and it is only 6. It isn't that much. Okay, I'm dropping down to a B.
I'll accept your B, but I'll say C.
Right.
I think this is fairly banned.
All right, last card in the ban list, and then we will move on to Stump the Smith Savant, even though we're running long, but we'll get this done because we're going to be gone for 2 weeks. Yawgmoth's Bargain. Is that Bargain? No, it's not.
Bargain.
Oh, it is Bargain. Okay. It just looked blurry to me. Enchantment. Skip your draw step. Pay 1 life. Draw a card. 6 drop. 6 drop right there. What do you got, Lowry? A, B, or C?
This is a C.
Is it a C?
Yeah.
I mean, you have your life. You can't draw anymore. Limited life.
No, you can draw. That's what all this is doing. It's just you don't have a draw step.
What are you talking about?
But Necropotence does that same thing. So here's the reason why this is banned and Necropotence isn't, at least in my opinion, why it's a C. And from, again, remembering what the arguments were, but basically Necropotence, you have to pay a certain amount. You can pay as much life or as little life as you want, but you don't get to see those cards until the end of your turn.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas this is, you can just go pay life. And also Necropotence is not drawing cards, so there's not as many synergies in that regard either. So this is drawing a card. You just pay life, look at it, and be like, no, I'll do it again. So number 1, it slows down games. Number 2, you can incrementally do it. You can do it at any time when somebody's going to be like, hey, I'm going to Wrath. And you're just like,
hold on, let me see if I have an answer.
I'll let you know when I get a counter spell, and just pay as much as you want.
You're limited
on
your life, though, too.
Right. But you could just be like, if it's going to be like a Cyclonic Rift, and they're going to win the game, you just go, well, I'll pay 1 and I'll do that 20 times until or I get a counter spell. Like, I think it's a bit too much. To whereas again, Necropotent's super, super good, but you only get those cards at the end of your turn. Like, I think they're very, very different in that regard.
Yeah.
And I think that's also the problem with Grizzlebrand is you just get to see those cards right away.
Right.
And then you could be like, that 7's good. You're not going like 7, 7, 7, 7, but you could still do that too. But so I think Yawgmoth's Bargain that's a C.
I'll take your C. I had an A. No, I'm just kidding. I did not. All right. If you guys think there's certain cards. Oh, really quick. I did want to say, if you had to pick out like 3 cards from this, what were ones that you actually think that are going to get unbanned? Do you? And I'm putting you on the spot. Like one of the first things. Yeah, you. And other people. That whatever we say here, I want to hear what you guys have to say too. But for you, Lowry, what do you think?
Right off the top of my head, probably go Sway the Stars, Biorhythm, and Coalition Victory.
I think those are
They're
the 3
big,
that I have
fat
too.
sorceries that are very acceptable.
I think I'm in the same boat, except I would probably switch out Coalition and put in Jeweled Lotus is my only other thing. Like, I think Jeweled is also unbanned there. So if you guys are looking for spec-wise, I think those are good targets to maybe pick up if they haven't already kind of gone up. But let me give you guys this for where Sway the Stars is Biorhythm, where Coalition Victory, where those 3 are at right now. When they unbanned Worldfire, that jumped up to a $20 card, and you can pick up all those guys for a couple dollars at this point. So if you're wanting to pick them up to not get them when they're really expensive, just buy them for $2, and then you're good.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay the huge markup afterwards. So, all right, we got to get to our game that we haven't done for a long-ass time, Lowry.
I'll let you do it. I'm going to go get maybe a beer.
Okay, go for it. Let me... There we go. It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant. All right. I'm also getting a beer here. All right, if you guys don't know how this game works, I am going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lowry is going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes will hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no will hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
He gets up to 5 wrong guesses before he's considered stumped. He gets up to 3 clues. If he can get everything about the card but can't get what the card name is, he will get the initials of the card. If he still has a clue left over, he should get a bonus clue, which I make up on the spot because I didn't do it here. Currently, well, really quick, anybody can enter. Anybody can enter. If you're part of the Discord, you can message me, direct me with your cards. If you're not a part of the Discord, you can email us because Larry doesn't check the emails. So you guys can email us at commandersmiths@gmail.com. Currently, thanks to RoboCop, we have 3 Tree City Proxy up for grabs. This foil proxy right here that I made here. Thanks to Tommy Olson. When we get to the 3rd level, which every 3 weeks we add a card to the ante. When we get to the 3rd level, this sexy Ragavan, this way, is up for grabs. Non-foil, but freaking the awesome border and everything there. We are still on level 1 because Lowry is on week number 2. So like I said, every 3 weeks we add a card to the ante. Your record right now is 103 and 35, so we are in round 35, week 2. Arch Chaos 15 is our stumper for this week. I think that's it for everything. And here we go. We're going to read the flavor text, and everybody, you guys can play along, see if you guys can get it before Lowry does. Here we go. Motive power nil. Total loss of vision. Sensor plates not functioning, and weaponry deactivated. The Third Doctor. Motive power nil. Total loss of vision. Sensor plates not functioning, and weaponry deactivated. The Third Doctor. And let me get our timer going. We got 20 minutes here.
So we know that this is from the Doctor Who precons that came out last year, right around a year ago. And so motive power nil, total loss of vision, sensor plates not functioning, and weaponry deactivated, which makes me feel like it's either a Cyberman or one of those like upside down buckets. I don't know what they are. Forgot what they're called. But okay, so one of those two machines, probably from the bad guy precon, that would be my guess. Or it's from the perspective of some sort of removal spell that can kill artifacts, likely. So that could potentially be red or green. So, I mean, in both of those aspects, like, it could be I think this is this a permanent spell?
Hello, boobies.
Okay. So we're saying creature, enchantment, artifact. Could still be like an artifact taken away, that kind of stuff. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'll go with the first clue, please.
The art features futuristic machines overtaken by nature. The art features futuristic machines overtaken by nature.
And this is a permanent card.
Hello, boobies.
I just wanted to do it.
Thanks. Okay, so overtaken by nature, could be green. Still kind of could be red, like some sort of removal. So is this green and or red color identity?
Color identity.
Hello, boobies.
Yeah, I hesitated, and you'll see why. I'm gonna sip my beer. Stop looking at me. Stop looking at me, Swan. I just love that you're sipping out of that cup. I feel like that should be, instead of our commanders. Oh, you guys can purchase this if you guys want your Commander Smith mugs.
I'll sign my daughter's sippy cup.
I want to get Commander Smith sippy cups as our thing to sell.
This is it. This is the first time I've ever drank out of a kid's cup because I don't want any sort of like impurities, but they've stopped doing like morning bottles and sippy cups and shit like that. So it's basically a dead cup.
It's like your the Quip head, so we can sign that and send that to somebody.
I forgot all about that. Oh my god! Can't believe they sent me a Quip head instead of the foil.
Instead of speaking of, I listed my damaged one today. They've been just sitting here, and I'm like, well, I might as well sell the one that's damaged or whatever. Anyways, I'm taking your time away.
Green and or red color identity. It's a permanent. He said it weirdly, which makes me feel like it's in the activated ability part, which might make it a land and or artifact. I can't think of a land that would be in there. I can't really think of an artifact either, but is it a land and or artifact?
Hello, boobies.
Fuck.
Okay.
Hesitation. That's stupid.
That's still gonna be really tough. Motive power nil, total loss of vision, sensor plates not functioning, and weaponry deactivated. I mean, I was kind of headed that way anyway, where not necessarily artifact or land, but like this is some sort of removal or kind of like, you know, deactivated. It's what the fuck could it be though? It could be some sort of like Kenrith's transformation type card that like comes down and nullifies a commander or something.
We have no guesses in the chat yet. No one has guessed. Remember,
It's a
chat,
good
you
one.
can play
It's
along?
definitely a good one. Let's see here. I'll take a second clue, please.
All right, I did this a little bit in reverse because if I say what the text is, it might give it away too much. So this card is in 268,000 EDH rec decks. It was first printed in Innistrad and most seen in the Wise Mothman decks. So this card is in 268,000 EDH rec decks. First printed in Innistrad and most seen in the Wise Mothman decks.
Okay. Yeah. So likely green doesn't mean that it's not black or blue. We still think it's a land or artifact. Is it an artifact?
Wrong, wrong, wrong,
It's
wrong.
fucking land? Is it a land? Has to be
Hello,
land.
boobies.
You just want the boobies.
So it's a land with green color identity. Sacrifice? Let's sacrifice a creature? Is that what's going on? Something like
I don't know.
woodland that like sacrifice a creature to draw a card. Was that in there? Green black? Was that even a color combo? It's green blue, red blue, white, green blue white, red black blue, and what was the fourth one? Timey wimey, all the doctor one, the bad guys.
You like want to grab the deck to see it. I can see you.
I don't know. I don't have any
you're
of
like,
it together right now.
Let's see what I got back
at
on
a
my
weird
shelf.
angle and floundering.
Third clue might help.
I don't think black. I don't think it was black. So then it'd be like green blue. Is that something like Alchemist Refuge? Doesn't make any sense. I don't think that's Innistrad per se, was it? You had it could have been green blue. Can I hear the first two clues, please?
Yep. The art features futuristic machines overtaken by nature. This card is in 268,000 EDH rec decks, first printed in Innistrad, and most seen in the Wise Mothman decks.
I think Alchemist Refuge is that's restored. That's Avacyn restored. So Innistrad was the friendly colors. So green black. Is it the woodland? Could be.
Take a sip of that. It's your thinking juice right there.
It's straight rum right now. I didn't have any beer, unfortunately.
That means your brain juices are going right now.
I'm working on it. Yeah, it's at least clearing up some sinuses. God, I think it might be that. That'd be, but I can't remember the name of it. Obviously. Let's go with. Can the card draw a card? Can the land draw a card?
That's your question?
Yeah.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Two wrong.
Two wrong?
Two
Two?
wrong. Third clue helps out a lot.
I know. I wanted to make sure I got a guess in there though.
Oh, there goes the headphones.
Green. Could be green black or green blue. Yeah, I'll take a third clue.
This card has a downside unless you control a basic type it produces. This card has a downside unless you control a basic type it produces. 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left.
Are those in there?
He's squinting.
Mm-hmm.
He's thinking.
Yeah, they were there. Okay, so we got 3 there. So if you don't have the basic land type, leaving that little part open because I'm not sure which color which way it goes, but it comes into play tapped. If you don't have the certain.
Hello, boobies.
So it's the tap lands. So it is either Allen Catacombs. I don't think that was. I think it was the green-blue one that was in Estrad. Is it green-blue color identity?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
3 wrong. Arch Chaos, we're getting close.
It has to be green-black. All right, green-black would be Woodland Cemetery. Is it green-black color identity? I'd be really
Hello,
fucking
boobies.
confused.
Oh, I guess you get the initials. W.C.
Water closet.
Wrong, wrong, wrong,
Shut up.
wrong.
All right. So is the C cemetery?
Hello, boobies.
The W woodland?
Hello, boobies.
What is
Woodland
it together?
Cemetery!
Hello, boobies.
Yeah, you said it earlier. I was like, oh shit. You said Woodland so early, dude. Like you said that a while back. I was like, oh man, he's on the right track. And then you kind of went away from it. And then when you're like, is it Woodland Cemetery? I was like, if he doesn't get it now, holy shit.
I just had to figure out where it was because they had I don't know. I was thinking, I think I still said Woodland Cemetery, but I was thinking of the sack a creature draw card.
Even though
For
you
5
said,
mana?
Oh, really?
And I don't remember what that one is called at this point. So if I would have blind guessed and said that card, I would have got it right, but I would have been wrong in my head. So,
Well, congratulations, Larry.
thank you.
Arch Chaos,
Yeah.
if you want to, you can sign and send these copies. They
Oh,
will
this
make-
is a secret layer version. Huh?
Yes, it is. It's
I'm
the
super
Doctor
glad
Who-
I didn't ask you if it was in the Doctor Who precons.
Yeah, because
that was going to be one of them.
It wasn't. It was in the
I would've been
Fallout. It was in the Fallout pre.
So fucking confused.
Yeah. So that was a tough one. So again, you guys can suggest cards that are in 10,000 EDH rec decks that might be in, make me use a different one. I will give the clues so it's focused on the art of that. But the clues, like for example, saying what the card actually does. I'm gonna say what the actual card does. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so that was impressive. Good job. Way to go, buddy.
Thanks for sending it in.
Oh shit, we're almost at 2 hours. All right, gang, we gotta wrap this up. We're gonna be gone for 2 weeks here. So if I'm in town, I might still be doing 2.
Like
kind of.
live, you're right, 2 weeks, but
2 weeks.
audio
live.
wise, we're just gonna miss
Gone
one week.
Yep. For
This is
sure.
gonna be our 3rd or 4th week total out over
6 years coming
6
up
and a
on
half
7
years.
Yeah.
Where we missed.
Well,
It's
I
not
don't know.
7 yet.
This one went 2 hours long. I may end up splitting this episode into 2 parts because why not? Secret Lair in one, and then the whatever in another. So
That's not bad. You could do Secret Lair and then this one.
part. Yep.
Oh,
that's what
I
was
guess the
thinking.
Secret Lair does pretty good too, though. All right, whatever you want to do, I don't fucking care.
I'm getting the fuck out of this country. See
Get
you
the
later,
fuck
bitch. All right, gang. That should do it for tonight. We will catch you guys in a couple weeks after Lowry gets back from vacay.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
Sega.
I love boobs. I'm talking.
Thank you guys for
tatas.
joining.
I
Joel,
love
RoboCop,
boobs. I'm hungry for
Scott.
hunters.
Who else we got
I
on there?
love
Those
boobs.
three.
Thanks for the
You guys were
memories.
constant.
I
Fuck yeah.
love boobs.
Cheers. Have fun in Germany, buddy.
Hey, Meat Force, could you kindly tap the like and subscribe button? And if you're ever in the mood, head on over to commandersmiths.com and you can get the shirts and mugs you see on the screen and some other stuff. Thank you.